Hey guys, so we're back and the long-awaited story of Rob's journey.
Long-awaited, I don't know, it's not that exciting.
Yeah, well, you've been building it up.
I didn't say anything.
You've been building it up,
I didn't say
knight in
anything.
shining armour, all that kind of stuff.
Cool.
So now it's time to share.
Okay.
We want to hear your story.
So what do you want to know? Where do we start?
I think, I think it would be good to start from the beginning in the sense of what was as a young person, your exposure, understanding of relationships from what you had going on around you. Where did you get your first impressions of what relationships were? Okay,
that's a good example to start with. All right, so I grew up in a home, mum and dad, my older sister, and I grew up predominantly around females from the ages of, I suppose, I think about 6 to I was 3 to about 16, 17, so I could do my own thing. Prior to that, I have very limited memory of my dad being in the home, little flashes of images and events and birthdays and that kind of stuff, and uncles being present and around. But for a long period, I suppose from like 7, 8 onwards to teenagers, puberty, that kind of stuff, it was always female environment. So my sister then come over from Jamaica, all of my cousins that were close enough were all female.
They were all living in your house?
No, not living in my house, but we had access to. So we'd go to birthdays, parties, celebration, kind of family. We're talking about close-knit family. People that would always be around were all older than me, all female. And sister's friends, everybody was mainly female. People that lived in our flats where we lived, underneath us, good friends of the family, female. So as far as having a influence or a picture of manhood or men, I would say 2 to 0 kind of thing on a score level. So as far as somebody to look up to and say, yeah, I want to be like this person when I'm older, I want to be in a relationship like this person, I didn't have that example there or thereabouts.
What was your involvement? You said that your dad wasn't really in the home, so your parents split at what age?
Yeah, again, from memory, after I would guess about 5, 6, my sister might know more, but I would say about the age of 5 or 6, my parents separated and I think and divorced. There's no negative, I suppose, memories of them like arguing. There's probably little bits and pieces that I can remember, but nothing detrimental that I was aware of that I witnessed or anything like that. So it wasn't in that sense. I suppose my biggest struggle, as a man, was the absence of my dad, kind of thing. So
you still saw him, right?
Yeah, but my dad was a traditional West Indian Jamaican man. He shared and he spoke, but there was no real conversation. So my dad would come and visit. I'd sit in the car for 2 hours. He'd tell me a lot of stories about back home and growing up and work and some of the issues with my mum. It's my mum's not fault, but some of the dynamics that they went through. And then I'd sit there for 2 hours, maybe an hour. It felt like 2 hours, felt longer than that. And then he would give me some pocket money and then go again. And I think that was the pattern for a little while. And then I think we didn't see him for a couple of years from memory. And then from that I got older, I would go and see him and that kind of stuff. But not about the the reality of relationships.
I mean, I remember sitting down with your dad, and I thought he was a great storyteller. But of course, I didn't live with it, like you say, continuously, just stories after stories after stories. So for me, it was, interesting and intriguing. But I guess for you, did you get because I personally think you're a good communicator in the sense of you explain things well, you talk about things well. Do you think you got that from him in the sense of the detail? I mean, he used to go into some serious levels of detail.
I think I suppose like the minus point of or the negative side of things of not having that male influence, but having a female influence, I suppose, around me kind of exposed me to the behind the scenes life of what females talk about, about communication. People in my family just not chatting as a negative, but just the art of communication. And being the youngest one in the family at the time, I had to kind of speak up for myself when I got the opportunity. So when I had to have the art of negotiation skills, was important for me to get my way and to get freedom.
Okay, when you say the art of negotiation, I think, what are you actually saying there? Because I think, was that, you had to operate in a kind of slippery, slidey way to get
not slippery, slidey, but you've got to kind of use be smart about things. So if I'm trying to convince...
Example?
So if I'm trying to convince my mum that, like, we're talking about young, to kind of, that I need more biscuits, or I want to go out and play with my friends, kind of thing, late at night, or I had to kind of be able to articulate myself well, kind of thing. And I think those skills growing up helped me in relationships, helped me to kind of, in a negative sense, to be able to, I'm not going to say sweet talk, but to be able to communicate with females. So because I grew up around females, I was comfortable around females. So probably, so growing up even as a young, even though I was nervous in female environment in that sense, like we're talking about romantic level, but I was confident enough to be able to say the right things and do the right things to keep interest. If you put it that way.
So when you were at school, for example, were you confident around girls, or were you more a boy's boy? You know, girls were like, ugh. And did you do kiss chase?
Never. Yeah, kiss chase was standard. Come on, that's standard. That's like. Again, I'm not going to go into too much detail. I think back then, again, I think in education in school, you had much more freedom.
Yeah.
I suppose, not in the positive sense, but stuff like kiss chase, that'd be banned now. You get done for some of the games that we played growing up, even from my generation. I'm 42 now. Would have been deemed as sexual assault now.
Well, hold on. No. But what were you doing in your kiss chase? Because we were just, boys would run after you.
Yeah. What's your version? I don't know what your version is.
I don't think they actually kissed you.
Oh no,
it was
but
just
touching
like,
and
it was like it or tag or whatever they call it. But a boy chasing a girl type.
No,
thing.
not my school.
Oh, what were you doing?
It was not true. It was just more kind of just dumb stuff. Boys being dumb and touching bums and flashing up skirts and doing stuff like that.
Wait, but this is primary school, right? This is age 4.
No. I can't, you didn't specify what age you were talking about.
Which school are we talking about?
So I'm talking about maybe end of primary, going to secondary. Yeah, that was
so like
standard.
9, 10.
Yeah, that's standard. That was kind of like.
We'll find out, guys. Comments. Is this standards?
Well,
wasn't standard in my school.
Okay,
it was certainly wasn't standard for me.
But again, you went to a Catholic school.
No, I did go to a Catholic school.
And again,
my primary school was mixed.
But it's still Catholic.
Yeah.
Right, I didn't go to a Catholic school. My primary school was Catholic.
So no rules, just...
Not no rules, and then my secondary school was Catholic, but at the time we weren't Catholic as far as going to church, it was just a Catholic school. So I wouldn't say, again, it wasn't extreme. There was no complaints or parents having to come down, but I think it was just what we did as boys. I think
we should move on.
Let's move on quickly before.
So, there might be some... Anyway, so when it came to actually getting into the realm of dating then and being attracted to girls in that way as opposed to girls, because I remember boys and girls in the playground, it would be a bit like, you know, but then it changed, you know. When did that change for you, when you became attracted to girls and wanted to be around them?
I don't know, I think it's...
Don't say 6 or 7.
No, I think that's, I don't know, maybe for me, it was always something that was there in that sense, because I suppose like my sister's friends were around, so from a young age I was around older girls.
Did you fancy your sister's friends?
Of course, standard. Like, come on, I fancied my.
I'm gonna ask her which one.
She won't know.
Does she know?
No, I don't think so.
I'm gonna ask her
like
anyway.
even in primary school, I don't know if, again, I wouldn't call it attraction or fancied. Like in nursery, I had a teacher that I liked. So
in nursery.
Is it nursery? Yeah, like infants. So infants, primary, infants. Yeah, infants.
Yeah, that's like 4.
Infants, okay, maybe primary then. But I had a teacher.
Gosh, I don't know who I married.
I had a teacher that when I say fancy, I don't know. I liked her. How are we going to put it? I don't know.
4.
Well, maybe not 4. We're not talking about specifics
5,
here.
6.
Let's talk about just
generic.
in general. So, like for me, as far as attracted to females, I think that was for me. It was just there or thereabouts. Then I think as soon as secondary school hit, really, I think like girls.
Do you remember your first crush on a peer, not a teacher, an adult, you know, the policewoman, someone your age? How old were you when you first started to feel attracted to one particular girl who was of your age group?
No, but it's the same. Like I said, I can't separate. I think I can picture...
Your first girlfriend then? Or was that like way...
No, that was probably later. First girlfriend, like this is my girlfriend kind of boyfriend type thing, if you want to call it that. But before that, there was girls that were my age, like where I grew up, that I fancied. Yeah.
But nothing ever came of it?
No.
Did they know you fancied them?
Probably not, because I wasn't that confident enough at that age. It wasn't age appropriate probably at that time, yeah. So in that sense, I think secondary school, kind of first year in secondary school, was probably the first time that girls started showing interest in that sense and fancying you and doing stuff that girls do, like...
So it's like 11,
banter
12.
And 11, probably, yeah. 11, banter and back and forth and that kind of hitting and what girls do, and you know. What girls do?
No, I don't. Well, I went to an all-girls convent school, so
Alright,
that
so
was
it's
not
different for you,
happening.
yeah.
So, okay, so when your actual first girlfriend then, that your heart was now involved, it wasn't just a fancy thing or a lustful thing or whatever, it was, your heart was getting involved and you think, I'd like to spend time with this girl, just me and her, and get to know her and form some kind of friendship and relationship.
See, okay. It's difficult to
I'm
put into
so
context.
glad you got saved.
No, I think it's 14, I would say 14, 15, roughly.
Okay.
Going back to memory-wise, because I kind of got a bit more freedom, kind of visit each other and do stuff outside of like the context of school environment, that kind of stuff. So,
But by then you were in the all-boys school, weren't you?
No, by then I wasn't, no.
Oh, you were still in the mixed school?
Yeah, from memory. My memory's not that great in that sense. I try to blank out stuff.
It's probably best. It's probably best. Okay, so do you want to talk about that relationship?
Yeah, I think it was cool. It was fun. Again, it was just like a circle of friends, kind of people that we knew. So actually, thinking about it now, it was probably around 15, 16.
Okay.
15. Kind of, I'm thinking about the circle of friends that I had and was around at that time. So yeah, probably 15, just before finishing school, secondary school. Yeah, so it's about that time. Just a nice girl. Again, sense of humour, a bit cheeky, bit of attitude. Kind of like, I suppose at that time and that stage of my life, again, banter's a big thing for me. So being able to laugh and joke and that kind of stuff. Yeah. And again, there was no real conversation like we're going to be boyfriend and girlfriend and that kind of stuff. She'd just come to my house, I'd go to her house, be around the same group of friends and that kind of stuff. And I suppose.
So did you introduce her to your family?
Yeah. I think at that age, I think it wasn't unusual for me to have girlfriends as far as female friends. Yeah. So it's only, I suppose, times when I would say to like consistently to my mum, okay, I'm going to see you, or who you on the phone to, who's calling the house, oh, it's this person, and mum like looking at me like funny, and like my mum would say to me like when I'm on the phone, I'll be on the phone for ages, the house phone obviously, and you've got to pull the cord, it wasn't cordless one, and you've got to kind of move from the front room into your bedroom kind of thing, so there's no hiding, you're on the phone. Yeah. So mum would be, when I finish on the phone, my mum would say to me, oh, who are you making love to on the phone?
Oh. Okay.
In that sense, I'm not saying love to you,
but being romantic
and talking. I mean, just talking for ages on the phone.
Okay.
Type thing, and the phone will keep calling. She'd be like, "Oh, why should she keep calling? Oh, it's my friend, mum." And I think at that time, it was like, okay, there's feelings here, that kind of stuff. I wouldn't say love, I wouldn't say first love, whatever, but there was emotions involved. Yeah. So for me, that when that came to an end, I think at that stage, and it ended, she broke it off. Okay. Kind of thing, not out of the kind of out of the blue, kind of thing, and it was like. Okay, right.
Didn't see it coming.
For me, it was all cool, kind of thing. And then I think after that process, going through that process of tears, guys, I said it, tears. I ain't gonna lie.
I mean, what are we talking?
No, wait, sorry, no Ian Bill thing out here. We're talking about like sobbing. No.
You weren't curled up under your duvet.
No. No food. No, none of that.
Was it more your angry tears? Kind
I
of.
don't know. It's hard to explain. I suppose embarrassment. I suppose it's that kind of like. For me, I think confidence was a big thing. Okay. So for a girl to break off with me, even though that wasn't active like that, or wasn't anything like that, it felt like, oh man, wow, okay, this is not coming. So for me,
how long were you with her? Roughly.
I would say, I'm guessing 6 months. I'm guessing if that. Okay. If that. Yeah. But I think at that stage, I was like how I felt, and I think my mum saw tears in my eyes. I saw my eyes red. And I think that was the point. I'm thinking, hold on, no. Mum can't be seeing this. Mum can't be asking me questions about my emotions and that kind of stuff. So for me, at that age there, I resolved in myself that I'm never going to feel that way again.
Really?
Yeah, that age, 15, I think about 15, I said to myself, I'm never going to let my emotions get hurt like that again.
So when you say never going to feel that way, you mean feel as in that your heart get involved, or you're never going to let someone hurt you to the point of tears?
Yeah, rejection and I suppose pride, ego, all that kind of stuff, kind of thing. I thought, nah, this ain't happening again. Nah, no. Never again, kind of thing. And I think that's, for me, stayed with me for a long time. I suppose only now in hindsight, or obviously being married and that kind of stuff, being able to regulate my emotions and think about past experiences, I think that was the point where I said, you know what, from here on in, that ain't happening again. Yeah. So yeah, that's where my first relationship that I would say ended, and that's kind of shaped the next at least 10 years of relationships and how I conducted myself and things like that.
After that then, did your relationships change, as in the way you conducted yourself, as you said, or the way that did you hold yourself back more? did you refrain from
Not
giving?
No, I wouldn't say consciously. It wasn't a conscious thing. I think it was just something that, I suppose, a protection for myself kind of thing. I suppose I didn't really talk to anybody about it. It's not something that as a guy you talk to your friends about kind of thing.
No.
Or, nah. I didn't have, my mum was good, my mum was great, but I couldn't speak to my mum about it because it's embarrassing kind of thing. My sister would just tease me kind of thing. So there was no one really to offload and to regulate. Is this normal how I'm feeling? Is it, you get me? So in that sense, I think my relationships from there on in were just kind of cool. I just kind of calm, just kind of like, yeah, non-committal.
Not too
Actually,
involved.
even in that relationship, I don't even know if we said I love you or all that kind of stuff that you do at that age. I don't even know if I did that, but it felt, because of my emotions, I know I liked her a lot at that time. I think it had an impact on me, definitely, 100%.
So you brought in the word love. I think we need to stop here because it's going to get too long. But I think we need to talk about that whole...
Love, yeah.
You said love. So let's go
there.
Did
I swear?
No. But let's go there and explore more whether you actually did fall in love or whether you,
all right.
do you know what I mean, held yourself back, and how that first relationship affected the ones
Yeah,
to come.
oh, definitely, 100%.
Yeah?
Yeah. Okay.
So we'll come back with that one. I think, again, yours is going to have to be
this is like two parts.
Yeah.
Two parts.
So, so guys, great. If you want to ask Rob any questions, put them in the comments box, because I think there might be some people who want to delve a little bit deeper, especially the guys as well, because we don't often hear guys talk like this.
Yeah, true.
And open up their hearts and stuff. So if you want some more information...
Well, some of the guys I speak to, we talk about this kind of stuff when we spend time together.
Not all the time.
Yeah, no, definitely not.
Okay. So, all right. So we'll come back with another part. Always, don't forget to subscribe, because then as soon as the videos come out, we can, you'll be informed.
Yeah.
But we'll see you on
the other side. Yeah.
Part 2 of however many.
Part 2 of 2.
Cool.
All
right.
Ta.